This training provides the starting point for a successful improvement program. I will show you how to set up an improvement program that not only gets off the ground, but also continues to run successfully. This can be done without heavy governance, daily escalation meetings, or endless Excel documents. Instead, we focus on an effective and practical project structure. In my other training, From Start to Successful Projects, I explain how to begin executing improvement projects. The program provides the structure, the project delivers the results. That is why these two trainings complement each other.
My name is Ilko Knuivers, founder of Sukouf, the art of moving forward.
In this training, I explain the four essential elements of a successful change and improvement program. Together, they form an overarching structure that provides continuous insight into project progress and operates autonomously. I will also highlight common pitfalls, starting too quickly, focusing too much on content, and paying too little attention to structure and consistency. Launching initiatives without a solid program may create short-term speed, but will limit overall results, with effects visible within just a few months. Finally, I will briefly introduce Sukouf and show you where to find additional free training courses on sukouf.com. Improvement programs are often launched with an exclusive focus on content rather than on the approach. Costs need to be reduced and the program is expected to become operational as quickly as possible. While this objective is not wrong in itself, starting this way introduces unnecessary risks and limits the intended impact. Projects are initially tracked manually and later, perhaps through spreadsheets from which reports are created. With a limited number of projects, this may still be manageable. Errors can be corrected relatively easily in the early stages, often by adding extra meetings or repeating explanations about the purpose, expectations, and use of tools. However, as the program grows, these corrective actions multiply. Meetings increase, reporting becomes more extensive, and more information is manually added to consolidation files. Gradually, governance expands, while a reliable single source of data remains absent. This increasingly consumes time and energy and often dampens enthusiasm for change. The system becomes heavier and less flexible, making it increasingly difficult to adapt as a significant amount of data has already been collected. Limited scalability slows down results. More importantly, the program fails to become autonomous. Continuous steering and adjustment remain necessary. In practice, a program should act as a guide to provide progress and keep everyone aligned. Think of a program as a car dashboard. It shows you where you are and helps you stay on course. There are four essential elements required: purpose, setting the direction; architecture, understanding how we get there and in the right pace; capability and clear standards, to create a more effective use of energy; and activation, to keep the system running, fostering ownership and sustaining momentum. Going somewhere always starts with a purpose. Where are we going? A clear goal is vital. What do we want to achieve? This is the vision of the program. The purpose gives direction and keeps everyone aligned. A continuous improvement program can have several objectives: cost reduction, quality improvement, improving customer satisfaction. A clear direction helps everyone focus their efforts and work towards the same goal. It also helps people understand why some improvements may not be prioritized. An idea in itself may be good, yet it may not contribute sufficiently to the intended direction. Keeping everyone aligned ensures that all improvements contribute toward the same overarching objective. Additionally, we need a system that works as navigation and provides feedback. A good system shows if we are on track and whether the targets set are actually being achieved. It requires accurate data, but also insight into what projects deliver in practice. Two essential aspects make this work. First, working with clear project phases. Instead of jumping straight into an improvement, each initiative goes through several phases that act as gatekeepers. At each phase, the project is evaluated to decide whether it should continue, ensuring effort is focused on initiatives with the most potential. We can define different stages, for example, intake, pipeline, in progress, and completed. Projects should not be started on first comes first gets, but on efforts versus outcomes. Hence, why intake and pipeline helps to show what new projects are thought of and which is next in line. To make it visually clear and simple to work with, we can use a card overview where each project is represented as a single card. Inside each card are the project details. This is also called a Kanban overview. The second, adding information step by step. Collecting information per process phase makes it more accurate and easier to handle. For example, in the first phase, all we would require is the problem and its context. This keeps the threshold to start very low. Only when the project moves to the next phase, we require extra information, and vice versa. If the project doesn't move, additional information is not required. This keeps information and documentation effort to a minimum. In my training from Start to Successful Projects, I demonstrate a concrete example of how easy it is to fill in this data. A wide range of software can support project phasing and gradually adding of information, where team members are automatically notified what to do. Software such as Monday.com, Jira, Smartsheet, PlanView, Asana. For a free version, see try.monday.com/Sukhov. Capability is what allows people to take action on their own. It ensures everyone has the understanding, knowledge, and skills to execute projects effectively and drive improvement consistently and reliably. But it's more than training or instructions. It's about creating a standard way of working and making expectations explicit. They show how projects should be executed, clarify what information is needed, and lower the barrier to participation. And lastly, activation. To maintain progression and ownership, it ensures people feel responsible for results and remain engaged in achieving them together. This can be achieved by an inspiring program name and internal branding. Signal that change matters. A SharePoint page or intranet page to share successes, highlighting contributions and makes progress transparent. And by rewards, for instance, by using project success as a cornerstone for internal growth and career progression, or collectively by means of a company currency. Teams earn points for delivering results and can exchange them for benefits, such as a free lunch. Rewards provides tangible recognition while ensuring alignment with management goals.
For an autonomous program that drives continuous improvement, these four elements work together. Purpose provides direction. Architecture makes progress visible and manageable. Capability develops the skills needed to achieve the goal. Activation recognizes and rewards results, keeping objectives engaging. Together, they create a continuous improvement cycle. Lessons and outcomes feed back into purpose to set new goals. These elements ensure the program runs sustainably, evolving with each cycle of improvement.
Real progress doesn't happen by itself. Change only works when it is embraced, guided, and implemented carefully in a sequential manner. It requires a deep understanding of both processes and people, so that change can move forward gradually. That is exactly where Sukhov helps. Sukhov supports organizations by giving structure and engagement to change. By shaping changes smartly and carefully, results remain visible and sustainably embedded. Sukhov, the art of moving forward. This brings us to the end of the training. The goal of this and other trainings is to sharpen your critical eye, to better identify where waste or interruptions occur in processes, and to act on them effectively. In this training, we covered the pitfalls of starting too quickly and focusing solely on content. The four elements of an autonomous improvement program. Start with a clear purpose. Set up a system that follows projects per phase and where information is gradually added. Provide understanding and standards how to execute. And maintain momentum, how these elements work together to create a cycle of continuous improvement, and how Sukhov supports organizations in achieving sustainable change. Great to have you here. For more information about Sukhov and other free trainings, visit sukhov.com. The trainings are available in English and Dutch. Feel free to leave a comment on the website. For questions about this or other trainings, you can send an email to training@sukhov.com.